I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. If you've not been here before, it's where I talk about twin flame process. Before I start the reading, if anybody wants to get a reading or do a session, my details are in the description box below. There's a link to the website there and it's got all the information you need on booking. So this reading is for July 2023, and what they're telling me already about July is that it is a waiting room. So I know there's a lot of negative connotations with the word waiting on through twin flame process. But what they've been showing me lately is that at the end of the process, you are in literally just energy of nothingness, nothing going on. So that's the energy that we're in this month for the feminine. So how that counteracts in the masculine is that the masculine has a lot going on. So they're showing me for the masculine, the physical aspect of the masculine, whether that's a man or a woman. They're showing me someone in what looks like a warehouse, packing boxes, sending things off, giving orders to people, telling them what to do, and a lot of signing off of things, particularly what I'm seeing, what looks like UPS men or FedEx men coming up with dockets that need to be signed to do with parcels being sent and being delivered, and that kind of stuff. So how that corresponds to what the masculine is going through in the physical is they are basically getting ready. So, and just to also let you know, a couple of months ago I had a dream, and in the dream they showed me the word August, and August was surrounded by sparkling lights, white lights. So I do believe August is a month of reunion for twin flames, and I believe this month, possibly July, even as early as July, that could happen. But definitely it's a month of the masculine getting ready to make a move, which is what the boxes and the packing signify, making a move. And that means coming forward, which is also what the signing of the dockets signifies. It's a signing, it's a delivery note, right? So delivery note corresponds to delivering a message. So that's what they've got for July, that they've told me so far. And this waiting room energy and the energy of nothing to do is a very pleasant energy. It is just kind of fluid and flowy and loose. It's not unpleasant at all. There is tendrils energetically of fear that are still manifesting, possibly coming through as feeling a mild panic in the feminine, which is relatable to the masculine's fear, but nothing much, right? Not much coming through at all, because it's pretty much done and over for the masculine. Their process is ended. Also, this energy of the waiting room, what they're showing me, is that you have twin flame process. You have both an energetic to-do list and a physical to-do list. And the energetic to-do list includes the things that are kind of soul level work, and a lot of that is to do with the ending of dark energy. So that would be encounters with people and situations and events that you have to go through where you bring to light the dark. So it could be simply like reading a book that tells you something about history that you didn't know before, that tells you how things are different than you thought they were. So bring to light that way through you. It's got to come through you. Also things like eliminating the narcissistic power in the world. So it's just bringing that to light through your own experience, so through your own relationships. And this is everything from, like, could be your mother, your father, like really close relationships, siblings, but also just people you randomly encounter out in the world. So bringing it to light that way and having these light bulbs going off like, oh my goodness, yes, another narcissist, or that's narcissistic energy, you know. So you've got this energetic to-do list, and then you've also got your physical to-do list. So they're saying the energetic to-do list pretty much ended, so that's the fear ended. The physical to-do list pretty much ended. The only things that will be on there are things that are pleasurable, and the only things that you're going to be concerned with are those things this month. The feminine only concerned with pleasure this month, they're saying, and your own pleasure. But there is almost an element of waiting, because you know something's coming, but it's not here yet. So obviously that's the waiting energy. But it's not an unpleasant feeling that it's not here yet. It's a very knowing feeling. Also, just kind of slightly bored, really. Slightly kind of at a loose end is what they're saying, with not much to do. So it's just like go with the flow, take it easy, have a good time, put your feet up. There is going to be a lot of busyness coming up in the autumn, a lot more action, a lot of physical movement, and a lot of communications, a lot of visits and visiting, a lot of more time spent circulating amongst people. So that's all coming up later in the year. Right, let's have a look at the cards. For this month, Three of Pentacles, we've got creation in the physical with the Three of Pentacles. Empress, which is rebirth, another 3. So it's also about creation in the physical. And Six of Wands, which is successful vibration. So that's creating your vibration, basically, your successful vibration in the physical. So whatever it takes to do that, whatever relaxing endeavours are going to help you be at one with yourself and feel great. That's what you've got to do this month. That's the creation they're looking for, right? So, and this is also rebirth. So this is like, I know they said it before, like, waiting for birth to happen, basically, and making it as easy as possible for yourself. There will be elements of fear ending, so just keep your eye out for little scenarios that may be bringing fear to light. It could be like you think you've lost something, you can't find it, you're running around the house. Just bring yourself back to centre. Remind yourself, oh, that's fear, I'm in fear, and just calm that down again. But it's literally little things like that, and you'll mainly, they say, see it coming and see that you're doing it and that you're in it, and then you'll be able to calm yourself down from it. So that's also a creation of the successful vibration, is by calming yourself down, basically, from anything that is the last elements of fear. Let's have a look here. We've got an ending energetically, so just like they said, there is nothing to do on the energetic to-do list. It's all done. All over and done with, done and dusted. Sayonara, goodbye, basically. And the Seven of Cups, which is emotions and emotional fluctuations. So we've got that right at the heart of the reading. So as something is being reborn here, we have got fluctuations going on emotionally. So this activity of the masculine is going to create inside of the feminine it's going to be like little waves, little ripples, little fluctuations in your emotions. So like they said, maybe like thinking you've lost something and you're suddenly running around the house. Or forget, having something that you were supposed to do and you can't remember what it was. All these very like little things coming up, because it's a busy month for the masculine, so it's going to be creating inside the feminine what is the tying up of loose ends feeling. That's what we got there. Energetically, the ending of something that's just tying up loose ends emotionally through the last vestiges of fear, which is just little sporadic kind of moments of fear coming up, but nothing like huge and nothing terrible, just little pops in the energy, basically. And then we got King of Swords, which is the mind of the masculine. So they're very in operation around the mind at the moment. And what they're going through is going to be a lot of mental energy, but it's a to-do list. So it's not the fear stuff, right? So they're not vying with their own self in terms of decisions that need to be made about the movement forward. They feel quite clear on the movement forward. They are actually getting ready for the movement forward, for making contact, and an activity in the brain that is very stable. Number 4 is stable in mastery of the brain. So it does just feel in their life they are getting rid of things, getting rid of situations. Maybe they're paying off final debts. Maybe they are, shipping out some containers of stuff to get rid of them. Actually, that's honestly what it feels like. And for some of them, moving like objects out of, maybe it's like out of a home where they once lived, freeing themselves finally and completely from a connection to a place or a family or a person by getting everything out of the house and job done, finally free. And that's it. Then I would go back there again, kind of an energy, getting ready for a new start, they're saying. So, and there's no emotion, doesn't feel coming from the masculine. It feels very, very like gung-ho and very determined and finalised, and no, nothing left to feel about that. But it's just literally the activity that's going on that's going to create this. What's got here, right, in this emotions, so these little flurries of fear, it's almost, how fear, like deleting fear is integral to the process. It's what you're here for. So it appears that you're here for like a relationship with this person that you're separated from, and that's why you're feeling bad, but actually you're feeling bad because you're deleting fear, which is on a much more massive scale than just between the two people. It's like for everything. So you're bringing the earth grid into alignment with Lemuria, so you're bringing the light in. So you're clearing for everything, not just for a twin flame process. So it kind of feels like that fear is so like engendered internally inside your very beingness, that it becomes such a part of you, this process that you're going through and the deletion of that fear en masse, that it's kind of, as it finally ends and it kind of loosens up completely and deletes completely, that it's just, you're getting rid of what is inside of you, that almost became a part of you but was not really a part of you, because it was this work for the masses, right? So it feels like that, really, like these little flurries of fear. Doesn't feel any fear coming from the masculine in terms of what they got to do. It just feels that as they are active in moving forward and making decisions and taking part in a physical life again, that is releasing these last pieces of the process that are coming through the feminine. So it's kind of not even about you two, right? It's just what is left behind that's finally leaving. In terms of that energetic process that we got there. And then we've got Ace of Swords, which is brand new communication. 6 of Wands, success in vibration. So this is readings for the month of July, right? And they showed me August in really bright letters. However, it's, energy is energy. It doesn't really see the Gregorian calendar in that way. But definitely taking July and August into participation, like including it, all that like late summer energy is basically what we've got here. So we've got the final deletion of this process, the masculine coming into their authority completely, and then we've got communication arising from that success. That is the masculine return to self, intact, and the feminine freed of the experience and intact. So your requirement to take it really easy this month as the feminine is really important in terms of like just the process ending. So you've gone through an energetic process. So rather than being in this, what they're calling the waiting room, and looking at it as Okay, what do I do now? What am I supposed to do now? I've got nothing to do. There's nothing to do. What am I supposed to move house? Am I supposed to like get a job? Am I supposed to? The thing is, it's like, no, you're not supposed to do anything because you've come here for an energetic process. You've just gone through an energetic process. The energetic process is literally just ending. And your requirement is to honor that energetic process by doing absolutely nothing because something is coming. So everything needs to stop before it can arrive. So this is a time to do nothing because you can't do something when you're waiting for something to arrive. So in this particular situation, these 2 months, waiting is not a dirty word. Right, because in so much of the information about twin flame process, you hear waiting and the negative connotations of the word waiting and not being able to use the word waiting. Waiting is completely applicable to this this month, and it is completely acceptable, and it's a word that should be embraced. And they're saying embrace the waiting room of life. You know, something is about to be reborn. You will feel the ending coming through in a slow release, little pops in your emotions. But it's ended. It's about to start again. It's just like, leave it alone. Leave it alone, right? So leave life alone. 9 of Pentacles, the power of the feminine. Right, so that is being physically manifested, but listening to higher self. It's almost like, you know, you're in the physical dimension and you've got all the physical dimension around you, you know, you've got everything that when you're in this, going through this twin flame process, and it feels like you're so held back from life and you're not able to engage in the things that you see other people engaging in, and, you know, they're not having the relationship, or you don't have the location that you want, or you're not doing the work that you want, and but you can see all the riches around you, but you can't engage with them, and it feels like hell, right? It's like a living hell, because you're like, why am I here? Because I can't get on with life, because you're doing this energetic process, like they've already said. So but by the end of the process, it's like you thoroughly understand why you've not been able to engage with any of it, because it's all there waiting for you. Again, we've got the word waiting, and you'll be engaging with it when it's time for you to engage with it. So the higher self part of the equation in this card is knowing that and being able to sit there with everything all around you and not feel the urgency to engage with what is around you just yet, right? Know that it is coming and that you will do. 9 is not quite 10. 10 is completion. And know that you will do and you know it's coming and it'll be here any minute, but just for now, you still got to sit there and wait. All right. So that's what we got there. And then we've got Page of Cups here, which is new love coming along. So creating new love coming along. So this is basically the first steps to love. So you're still this month, at least in the early part of this month, creating that. Maybe by the end of this month, this has come along. And underneath we've got the Emperor, which is what they said to me years ago, the Emperor returns. So this is the masculine made manifest, the masculine complete. He's number 4, he's grounded, he's a higher echelon of the physical version of the masculine. And this is what we've got underlying everything, manifestation of the masculine. So, and that's coming through this little flurry of pops of energy right here, but basically, and 7 as well, 7 of Cups, so this is July, so it's just the end of that process of manifestation of him, or her. They're practically ready to come back. Let's just get one more out on each of these. We've got the Moon, so that's just like working with the Moon, basically, you know, what's unseen and energy arising out of the blue. So everything is as it should be. It's always exactly as it should be. So you can also look at your triggers in that respect, right? Instead of that craziness of like, why is this happening to me? It's happening to you because it has to happen to you, because you're clearing still. So don't worry about anything. Don't think, oh God, I'm still going through it, because something negative pops up, because you're not still going through it. It's ended, but what has ended has to just leave. Still. underneath, and we've got connection in the physical, 8 of Pentacles. So the work of bringing it through, basically, into the physical, the work of manifestation still going on until it actually manifests. What we got here, point of attraction, so still being created through creating point of attraction, basically. So it's still just coming in, the last vestiges, the last stages are coming into alignment with what is about to manifest. 6 of Cups, which is a reunion, so that's about to manifest. 6 of Wands, and then we've got resistance, so little pops of resistance again, another 7, matching up to the 7 of Cups. So just what's still, it's like it's ended, but things have to leave. So it's like having 2 doors, and so look at it this way, right? It's like having 2 doors, and you've been outside of this door over here, right, which is the whole process. Now you've gone through this door, and you're in a waiting room here. And this door, which is where you come out into your reunion, still has to open. So you're in the waiting room, and in this waiting room is just where everything is right now, and those things in the waiting room will disappear. That's all the little pops of energy that are causing any irregularity in the emotions, and then that door will open and you'll be straight through into the reunion. So that's kind of how they're showing it. So everything is finished because you come through this door here and you're in this room here. And then this one's going to open, you're going to be out of the waiting room, and you'll be steaming ahead into a brand new life. There we have the waiting room, the 4 of Wands, the 4 symbolising the 4 walls of the waiting room and the communication that's waiting to occur. There's been the communication actually being created as you're in the waiting room, because as I just said, the masculine is endeavouring to get things going. They're in planning stages. The final stage for them, rebirth, dark to light. They also showed me earlier today a version of the Justice card, and they're holding 2 lamps, and it's the equality of the light. So the light is the same in the masculine and the feminine now, basically. That's that equality. And Wheel of Fortune, timing. So this is where you're at, basically, the feminine, right? You've arrived. This is a number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going from the 9 to the 10. Turn of the wheel. The clock strikes 12. The end of the waiting room. We're out the waiting room. And we're into reunion. So that's what's coming on the feminine. 10 of Wands. The Hermit. So this is the masculine coming out of the man cave with the light held high, right? Well, it's not that high in the card, but it's high enough. It's the light, the man coming into the light. So just like they said earlier to me with the Justice, it's the light is equal in the masculine and the feminine. So again, that's in the waiting room where the light is equal. And the waiting room again is like the man cave, you could say. So they're about to come out of the man cave wiser, older and wiser. And this is the ending of that. We've got there. And then the last card here, King of Swords. And we've got the 3 of Wands, which is what's on the horizon. And what is, again, waiting. The man is waiting right there. It's been created still vibrationally, but it's literally about to arrive. I mean, you can even see the boat in the picture arriving. And if you don't want to look at it that way, you could say the process leaving. You know, you can convolute that either way of an understanding. It's waiting, it's coming and it's going. You're in the waiting room. Process has gone. Reunion is arriving. Right? And that's being created. The masculine's creating it now through what they're getting things off their to-do list in a functional way, they're saying. Actually, they just said functional and fabulous. So, that's it. That's what I've got for you. Just also 6 and a 1 is 7 as well. So, and just notice that, because this is actually where we're exiting the reading. So that's the exit of the reading, and that's adding up to July as well. All right, so I'll leave you with that, and then I'll be back with another one of these in August. And the monthlies will be up in the next few days. I think some are up now, but I'll be getting them all up by Tuesday, I think, somewhere around then. All right, lots of love. Take care. Bye.